Hello and thank you for watching an episode of Lewis the Tech Guy. I am Lewis the Tech Guy. In today's video, we're going to go over how to make one of these little simple objects where we have an animation widget that on click, it animates, it turns, and it changes names. So we're going to learn a few different things from Flutter today. Alright, so what I have now is a simple widget, basic widget, basically imported my material. I don't know if I'll make that a little bigger or not. I'll close this down. I have a home called my app. It's a stateful widget that obviously returns the my app state with a variable title Lewis the Tech Guy. It has a simple widget that returns a scaffold with a simple app bar with a background color of blue and the title centered as it is. And then I have a center widget with a container that has some padding on it and a center widget with text that says hello world. So the first thing we want to do here is we want to give this a height of, let's say, 150 and a width, sorry, of 150, and then let's just give it a color of colors.blue. And if we update that, now we have our little container. So now we have something to work with. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to make this an animated container, and an animated container is, and this was considered an explicit animation. So with that said, it takes two parameters. One is duration, so how long the animation takes. To start off, I'm going to go with 2 seconds, and then you want to give it a curve, and we'll talk a little bit about curves in a second. Curves.ease in, okay. And then for the height, what we want to do is we want to be able to click on it and it grow or shrink. So we're going to create a variable, a boolean, right? And we're going to evaluate it. If it's true, then it's going to be 150. If it's false, then it will change. It will grow to 250. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. There we go. Make sure we only have one. And so I'm going to come up here in the my state section of my class, and I'm going to do bool selected and set it to true. Let me start off. Then I'm going to come to my animated container, and I'm going to wrap this with a widget titled gesture detector. And what I'm going to do is on tap, I'm going to have my anonymous return function, then set state. And what I'm going to do is when we click on it, we're going to give the value of selected to not selected. So if it's true, it'll change to false, and if it's false, it'll change to true. Okay, moment of truth. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this works. There you go. All right. So now we got the first part going. What we had in the other video is also the app changed color. So it's a very simple way to do that. What we need to do is we need to come back up here, and I'm going to give a little space here. Let me bring this up. And we need to use something called random. And as you can see here, it takes Dart math. If I tab over that, imports it and create a variable of that, and then instantiate it here like this, right? So then what we want to do is when we build our app, we want to do, the other thing I want to do is I want to create a variable for color and call it random color, and I won't instantiate it yet. So when we build our app, what I want to do is I want to use that rand variable, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say int rand1, and I'm going to set it to rand.nextInt, and since we're going to be using RBG that goes up to 255, I'm going to set to nextInt 256. Okay, and so instead of typing this all out over and over again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control V, and we'll name this rand2, rand3, and then awesome. And so what I'll do here is I'll take my random color and I will assign it to color.from ARGB, and we'll do 1, and this will be ran 1. This will be ran 2, and this will be ran 3. And let's add our semicolon there. And then where I have color, so the color is that blue, we can now say random color. And so now if I hot refresh this, you can see now I have a random color. That for some reason went the wrong way. What if I give this 0.0? Let's do it again. From RGBO. There we go. Ran 1. Ran 2. Ran 3, and then the opacity of 1.0. Close that, and now refresh that, and now we can see we get random colors. Awesome. Sorry about that. I used the wrong RGB type. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we want it to spin. So this is where we're going to actually use the transition or the animation buttons. And what I might end up doing is making this 2 videos. So stay tuned for my next video.